Louisiana beer reviews. Brasserie de Rocs. Grand Cru. Brasserie de Rocs Belgian Special Brown Ale is 9.5% alcohol in this 11.2 ounce bottle. This company was founded in Belgium in 1979. Okay, I bought this at Dorignax in Metairie, Louisiana. And it's one of the beers that was in this, that is in this book that my daughter bought me for a birthday present. 300 beers to have before you die. So I've been reading that. I'm on the pale lager section right now. Brasserie de Rocs, they use pure malt. There's no added sugar like many of the Belgian beers. It's double fermented. They use 7 types of malt and 3 different types of hops. It gets a 94 out of 100 on Beer Advocate. Bros haven't tried it. A 100 out of 100 on Rate Beer. A 100 out of 100 for the style. So it's very highly rated. I've never had it before, so let's check it out. Brasserie de Rocs Grand Cru. Wow. It almost exploded out of the bottle. It made such a hiss. You could hear that bleeding off, I think. Look at the smoke. Now it says best before August 6, 2013, so we're still within the best before date. That's not for another 2 weeks about. Okay, not much of a head, a little fizzy, root beer head like you get with a lot of these Belgian ales. The appearance is, well, you can see that maybe. It's reddish brown and it's just full of sediment. There are huge grayish brown chunks everywhere in this beer. I've never seen a beer with such sediment in it. I'm sure a lot of people would be turned off by that. The head fizzed right away, and there's a little bit of thin lacing, not much. So let's go with the aroma. It's very pungent, dank, cellared, like mold in a cellar. It's yeasty, it's fudge, it's fruits like figs and dates. And you do get the sugars. Now they said on the website there's a lot of sugary aroma and flavor even though they don't add sugar. And I'm picking that up. It really just smells like a candy, like, well, fruit cake. Think of rich fruit cake. Let's check out the flavor. The yeast is so thick you can feel the solids going in your mouth. So it's a beer you can eat as well as drink. It's very rich. It is so fruity and candy-like, like I was saying, and you do have some hop bitterness there. It's almost got like some pininess in it, if you can imagine that. And the chocolate flavors, the powder, chocolate powder also. It's a very complex flavor. It's hard to describe. It's really the kind of thing you have to try for your own. This is not an easy beer to talk about. Now that La Bête des Vosges from France had a lot of chunks. That was a Bière de Garde. Oh man. The mouthfeel is medium at least. might be able to hear the fizz. I mean, it's fizzier than Coca-Cola. The finish is, it's mostly dry, like a wine, like a champagne almost, and there's also a lot of prickliness in the mouth, and the finish is also rich and sugary, and it's a sipper. It's not something I would recommend gulping. And you can see how lively this was. I mean, it just, that's a greenish brown bottle. It's brown, but it does have some green to it, like these European bottles tend to do. This one greener than normal. You can hear that, maybe. I'm going to try to get the rest of the bottle because I want to see if there's sediment. I'm presuming it's dripping now. I don't want it dripping. Oh yeah, it's just incredible the amount of chunked caked sediment at the bottom. I already know what I'm going to rate it. As far as, it's so complex and it's so super carbonated and sweet and delicious. Okay, you can just see all that running out. And if I let the bottle set there, it's going to have even more stuff that's going to come out of it later after it loosens up a little bit. I mean, it's just so chunky. The head though fizzes right away. There's really no lacing that I can see. There's chunks on the side. There's chunks left on the side, but there's not really lacing per se. Let's put this up by that light. Yeah, it just got even more. Let's see. It just, I can't say it's cloudy. It's just like a soup. Reminds me of the Budweiser Clamato Chelada clam, and that's made with a tomato clamato juice. So that's chunks of tomato. This is chunks of yeast. So one more sip, and then I'm going to rate it. That's got a zing to it. You don't really pick up the alcohol. I mean, it's underlying, but it's not strong. You're going to feel it though. I mean, you drink this whole bottle, you're going to feel it. So I don't feel it yet, but it's coming, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm going to give it an A+ all the way. This is a superior world-class beer. It's right up there with the Brasserie 12 and then St. Bernard's Abbot 12 and all that stuff. This is right up there with it. So les bon tournois. This is extraordinary. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana, go to Dornex and get some of this Brasserie des Rocs.